Welcome everybody to the video. I'm a little bit late, but I did half of it a couple days ago, and then the other half not so a couple days ago. Actually, after week 6 officially started, as I dropped 51 points with 2 players on my lovely sleeping wife, who I better not wake up because she will be double pissed that I woke her up / realized I dropped 51 points on her with 2 people. Uh, Unofficial, I'm just going to say Leinenkugels are unofficial sponsor. Someday they'll be our official sponsor. I've replaced Dwight this week with Captain America. Thank you, Katie and Eric, for giving us this. Uh, Captain America loves to play soccer with Prince Philip and dance with Elsa and Anna. So, hey, perfect, right? And as always, here is the lovely and most beautiful Kelly. Only because Kelly is wrapped around me. Your two-time world champion. Eric, drink. Pause it, go get a beer. Drink. I may drop it one more time. I'm probably going to drop it like 100 times. Two-time world champion. So week 5 is in the books. We have one undefeated person left. My wife. My better half. But we have a lot of 4-1s. And we have some 3-2s. A lot of 2-3s. Actually, there's a 2-3. Katie's 2-3, and she's in the playoffs right now, the championship playoffs. So, lo and behold, let's get into that, right? Let's go into it. Let's see the week 5 review. Even though Andy leads the series, JB managed to get one back as hashtag Andy beats me 5 times. Pulls out the big one, improving to 4-1, defeating North Whitaker High, who falls to 0-5, which is nothing different than normal. 134.62 to 106.48. A big win for the commish, as 2-3 is a heck of a lot better than 1-4, defeating Party Like a Gronk Star, who falls to 2-3. See, Bob, you shouldn't have picked a Gronk name when you're playing against the man that Gronk loves. You're just not going to win. That score was 126.16 to 118.94. It was a feverish Monday night comeback by Antonio Gates, who scored 30 in his first game back, almost handing a loss. Bob leads the series 6-3. In the battle of the unbeatens, only one may stand, and the Jimmy Jab Games is the one that stands, improving to 5-0, scoring 168.44, defeating Yobo Goya. I still haven't watched the episode, Kara. Someday I will. Who drops the 4-1 with a 132.32. This series is now tied at 1-1. Trading Seahawks scored an even 140 in a percentage game where you can even have 0.01% and somehow you get 140. So, yeah, I guess it happens. Defeats poor old Rookie of the Year, who is now 1-4. Katie leads the series 1-0. Can I just say that 1 will always irk me every time? Come on, Dana, get some more wins. Go 9-4, so it doesn't look my loss doesn't look bad. Super Bowl baby. Ooh, barely squeaks it out. 117.86 over 20 Romo's clavicle. 1 falls to 1-4. Was 117.38. Kyle leads the series 6-3. Kyle, even though you win and go to 4-1, you lost because you lose your first round pick Jamal Charles, and Danny Wood had just one more catch or like what 4 more yards, and Kyle would have been 3-2, and Tony Romo's Sam J would have been 2-3. So it's a lot closer than it was on another feverish Monday. On a normal Battle of the Titans sees Motive Urine go 3-2, while T. Luke's Thrashers go 2-3. Who gets the blowout of the week? That you don't see very often, folks. And when Travis gets blown out like that, 145.3 to another .00. You don't, again, 2 in 1 week. You don't see it. John now leads the series 7-3. What is going on with Travis lately? If anybody knows about not living in the past, it's me. I was frozen in 1945 and thawed out to help save the world and avenge the good. So, without further ado, here is your Week 6 preview. It's going to be a grand time in the Barons household. Good thing that I'm working and it's a home game. Hashtag no baby bet this time. 4-1. Projected to win 126-20 to 105.88 over the Jimmy J games. Who's the only undefeated team? The series is tied 1-1. Of course, the one win coming in the championship game. Interesting fact: last year at this time, Bob was 5-0, and I played Bob, and Bob was the last undefeated team. And I'm pretty sure we all remember what happened the following week. That's right, folks. Mercury Morris is on speed dial. He's waiting to call, and the champagne's on ice. Even though the names have changed, I wrote this down prior to, so scroll yourself, who's 2-3 against Gronk Jr. Scroll, who's 2-3. Katie projected to win 125.06 to 114.55. So it's fun fantasy football action in the Stanzik household as well. Uh, Fortunately, they both don't have to work, so it's going to be pretty tense in there. Sorry, Katie. Eric leads this series 5-1. And what I've been told and hearing, the name of the year so far is North Dumper Academy. 2-3, 122.96 versus again North Whitaker High. I'm missing the joke somewhere, but the joke is you're 0-5, Andy, at a 111.37. You can go ahead and keep telling me and laugh and be like, "How do you not know?" Blah blah blah, and keep playing it, but you're 0-5, so the joke's really on yourself. So keep it up because you're not winning. But I bet you as soon as you change it, you'll start winning. Bob leads this series 5-3. Last year's consolation championship, T. Luke's Thrashers 2. Desperately looking for a win because he needs to get back to 500. Doesn't need to drop to 2-4, but he's projected to win 133.63 to 125.22 versus Yobo Goya, who's 4-1, looking to rebound after last week's embarrassing loss. The series is tied at 2-2. Mighty Lions of Detroit, who's still 1-4. Someone come on, beat ouch my leg, who's 4-1. That projection's way wrong because that still had Jamal Charles in it. This series is tied at 0-0, but please, please get that win, Mighty Lions of Detroit, so we can get that 1 turned to a 2 and my defeat doesn't look as bad. Uh, by the way, that's an awesome picture. That is perfect. That's a perfect picture. Um, just an interesting stat. This is Kyle's 100th match, and this was Eric's 100th match as well. Uh, Travis's 100th match was a loss, so it doesn't look as good either. So congratulations, guys, as you might probably lose your 100th match. Moat of Urine, looking to keep building success and move back up in the ranks. 3-2, predicted 129.05, going against Tony Romo's Clavicle, who was 1-4, 117.94. The series is tied at 4-4. This is like the least trash talking matchup you'll see. This is just basically two guys silently watching their teams just float in mediocrity throughout the year. So Kelly, Captain, and I were thinking about the other day when you guys were all talking about comparing us to quarterbacks. Who would he be? And I'm Eli Manning because I got 2 rings and blah blah blah. Anyways, I'm your two-time world champion. Hope you have your beer, Eric. I have mine. Drink. Drink again. I'm taking a liberty. Instead of stats, let's take a quick look at who would be if we were quarterbacks in the NFL. Kiara, you are like Tom Brady. We cannot ever rule you out. Even though you may have one mediocre season, somehow at the end you managed to come back and prove everybody wrong. And you just ran a little bit of time, but minus the championships, you are Tom Brady. And, as Tom is married to Giselle, you are married to Adam. So, it's pretty much the same, Adam and Giselle. Bob. That's right, Bob, you are Andy Dalton. Not because you're both gingers to say, but both because when it's like noon In regular season, you guys are fantastic. You can always win. But when the primetime lights come on and it's time for the playoffs, you stink the bed something fierce. That's right. You just can't win when the pressure's on. Sam B., my lovely wife, you are Andrew Luck. Yes, look at that face. Mostly because of that, you look like a gooser. Um, but because since you've come in, all you've done is won, and people are probably getting sick and tired of him and like, hey, Luck, we can stop at any time now. That's what we're thinking, Sam B. We could stop winning at any time. Travis, you were like Drew Brees. You were once the most dominant man in this league. Nothing could touch you, but the last 2 years, for some reason, your arm strength has just been weak, and you just can't been able to do anything. So that's why you're Drew Brees. Maybe you should retire, or maybe you should get better. I'm going to go with you should get better. Plus, Travis, you need to get a cool scar on his face and have like 5 kids. Kyle, you are like Carson Palmer. We just never know what we're going to get with you. First, we're going to get Cincinnati Bengals Carson Palmer, who's really good. And then we're going to get Oakland. Then some years we'll get Oakland Raider Carson Palmer, really bad. Now we're going to get Carson Palmer Arizona Cardinals, and you're pretty good again. But now we're going to get, are we going to see blown ACL Carson Palmer? I think Carson Palmer's 500 overall, so it makes sense. Eric, you are represented by the quarterback that's currently on your team, Matt Ryan. Sometimes you're really great and you get into the bye in the playoffs and then you just disappear. Can't win. Another times you're just mediocre. It's not like you suck, but you're just eh. And in the end, you just get the feeling that you're never going to win. Like you're always going to be there, but you're just never going to win, right? Sam J., you are Joe Flacco. Yep, somehow you've won a ring. Look at that face. You've won a ring. Uh, Other times, very mediocre. Like you wonder how this team won a championship. Oh yeah, they had a defense, and they were playing Colin Kaepernick, and they got lucky and beat Tom Brady once. Katie, you are Philip Rivers. Half because last year your name was I Love Rivers. This year because, well, you just never know what you're going to get with Philip Rivers. Sometimes you're going to get Philip Rivers who's going to throw 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. Other times you're going to have Rivers that throws 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. And this year, Katie is in the championship bracket, so Rivers is leading her way. So that's why you are Philip Rivers. John, you are Peyton Manning. The reason why is because somehow we don't understand why you're winning. Like you shouldn't consistently win, especially this year. You're pretty bad. You're not really that good right now, but somehow you keep on winning, and you're undefeated. And maybe not in the league, but you're in the championship bracket. But you're always still around. You're always going to be viable. So that's why you're Peyton Manning. Dana, you're Ryan Tannehill. We just don't know what's going on with you. We don't know who you really are. We paid you $100 million. Now you're supposed to go do something. But you don't really have a good coach, don't really have a good offense, and well, your defense is overpaid. But sure enough, you got one win. So you're Ryan Tannehill. The jury's still out on you. Look at that handsome mug. That's Eli Manning. You know who that is? That's this guy, JB. That's right. 2 rings, two-time world champion. Mostly because this guy can't do anything in the regular season, it's just always right there. But when he sneaks into the playoffs, watch out. Undefeated. He's going to get a championship. If you see him in the playoffs, count it. It's a championship. That's why I'm Eli Manning. I thought long and hard about this one, and I couldn't pick one. And I picked it prior to the benching, so it only makes sense that Andy is Brandon Whedon. It doesn't matter who you are, what team you are on, who you have. Somehow you're always going to lose. You are a first round pick just waiting to go 0-11. Hopefully 0-13 so Eric can get rid of that dubious 0-12 record. Well, there you go, folks. On behalf of the captain, Kelly, Lonnie Google, and myself. I'll see you on the Fantasy Gridiron.